Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another True Warrior guide for anyone struggling with the Battle of Runan. This will be a full gameplay walkthrough for this map, as I feel it is important that if you're struggling with a certain part of the stage, because I feel like the whole stage is pretty difficult, you can skip to that part and see how I navigated it, and hopefully it will help you get through this battle. The challenge for this obviously is to take down Cao Cao within 15 minutes. And Cao Cao does not come out until you get past Guojia and Xiahou Yuan in that base before you get up to the by road. Now for the setup for my character, I have my attack and defense accessories like I normally do, along with my bravery items, my attack boost, and then my health gem. For the weapon, I would choose a weapon that you're very comfortable with. You don't have to. I chose the twin axes because I was working on them, which was probably a mistake and slowed down a lot of my progress. But you can use whatever weapon you want, but it'll probably make it easier for you if you use a weapon that you are really comfortable with. With that being said, first of all, you can see that we went towards the left side instead of, I guess, the normal way of going up towards Yujin. We cleared out the officers there, and then I made my way up to the base. Now, the reason I chose this path instead of the other one is because Zhou Song and Guan Yu and Zhang Fei are they all kind of split off in the same area, down in this like bottom area of the map. So when they do split off, at least you're close enough to help them. And with Liu Bei following you, it makes it a little easier to keep everybody in check instead of being across the map and too far away and you can't reach them in time. And because it is the hardest level, they die very fast on this game. So once Yue Jin comes out to engage, I believe, Zhou Song, I rush Yue Jin right away and go to fight him. And once you defeat the enemy officer that's engaging your ally officer, they will go and join the main group again, and you won't have to worry about them splitting off and being in danger. As I did this, Liu Bei was still in that base fighting by himself, but the morale for that battle was so high that I don't have to worry about him really losing. If he did pop up and it said that he was like half health, I would go back and rescue him. But I don't think you have to worry about that if you go down and engage Yue Jin while Liu Bei is still up there. So Liu Bei comes back down, we're engaging Yue Jin, and then we end up eventually defeating him. Alright, so we've defeated Yue Jin. Now we're going to go help Zhang Fei out with Cheng Yu. We're going to help him out and do the best we can to free him up so he can stick with the main cast and take out the enemies incoming. I believe Yujin and Li Dian also advanced towards Li Bei, towards his section, so you have a good group of enemies here coming towards you. Guan Yu is a little separate. He's on the other side still, engaging with a different officer. And then I believe more reinforcements go after Guan Yu. So getting through this section a little more efficiently is probably the best option. So once you take down Cheng Yu and you're engaging, Yujin and Li Dian, you want to find a way to get through them as fast as possible.
I shall analyze later. For now, I must go back. The enemy officer has been defeated. This'll do.
Okay, coming back in here, we've killed Yujin, we've killed a lot of the other smaller NPC generals, and Li Dian we left at 25% health because Guan Yu was starting to be bombarded by reinforcement. And it just so happened that as soon as I started to leave, he started to say that he was struggling against the enemy, so it was a good instinct for me to leave. If you are fighting in that area and you're following along, if Guan Yu pops up and says he's struggling, go help him right away. There's not a lot of time that you have to save him because on the hardest level, they die so fast. Luckily, I got there in time to use my tactic against the encroaching NPC enemies. I hit all of them at once, so that was a very fortunate thing for me. Ended up killing all of them and freeing up Guan Yu to come back to the main force. And then Liu Bei on the other side, you'll notice that they're already moving up because they killed Li Dian, who I left at 25%. If you watch the tip video, you know that one of the things I recommend to do. You don't have to clean save allies, you just need to help them enough so they can finish the job for you. Now we're encroaching on the quote-unquote final part with Guojia and Xiahou Yuan. You can see that we've eclipsed about 6 minutes on the clock there. We still have 9 minutes left to have Cao Cao pop out and defeat him. So we engage Guojia and Xiahou Yuan. Is this where I popped my first? Yes, I popped my first bravery here against these two. They're pretty strong, so we want to get them as fast as possible because we're still racing against the clock here. Cao Cao has not popped out yet, so every second we're losing is a second that we don't have to fight against him. So if you have a bravery, I would pop it now, use your heavy battle arts here, and take down Guojia and Xiahou Yuan as fast as possible so they can get through the gate and you can activate Cao Cao's appearance to show up. Okay, so once Guojia and Xiahou Yuan have been defeated, as you see, I'm waiting for, there he is, Cao Cao to show up. Once Cao Cao shows up, you want to blitz him. Do not wait for him to come, and I guess you could potentially get away with it. I haven't tried it. This was my second attempt and my first attempt getting this far, so I went straight for Cao Cao. I did not wait for him to come over to where Zhou Song is and try to ambush him and all that. I wanted to fight him and kill him as fast as possible. Luckily for me, up until this point, and you guys should have it too, Zhao Yun's ability, his swap was almost full. My True Muso threshold was almost full as well. I popped my bravery, I popped my attack boost. I want to kill Cao Cao as fast as possible. You guys also know on True Warrior that the commanders will do a True Muso ultimate attempt at some point, which I was waiting to happen. But there's a lot of enemies here. You're fighting against Cao Cao, you're fighting against Xiahou Dun, Zhang Liao. A lot of enemies. You're going to need to dodge. You're going to need to be a little skillful here as you take on this conglomeration of troops. I also had Zhao Yun with an Extreme Muso I can use against him. A lot of good things for me going here. My tactics, all that stuff. Anything I could in order to expedite this fight with Cao Cao. Because not only do you have to race against the clock, but you also have your allies fighting by themselves against Cao Cao's ambushing forces. So you got to make sure that you can get through this fast enough to where you can save him. I can't say for sure if you waited with Zhou Song that if Cao Cao would have came in time and you would have had enough time to beat him at the same time. I don't know if he actually even moves up. He might wait at that base. He might not even come all the way out. So waiting for him, I think, would be a mistake, as you will waste a lot of time. But Zhou Song has already said he's starting to struggle. So now I am pushing as many of my strong ballards as I can. Every time Cao Cao goes down, I hit him with the assault as fast as possible. I am trying to expedite this kill, because once Cao Cao goes down, your morale for your team will shoot up, and Zhou Song, who is waiting for the reinforcements for Cao Cao, won't come in time, and he'll leave, which is great. Him leaving is a good thing for you, so that way you can go ahead and carry on without having to worry about him. I also eventually get to switch over to Zhao Yun. I guess I didn't necessarily need to do that, but it was a very easy kill. He's probably one of the strongest companions to have, so if you are playing this stage, I would highly recommend Zhao Yun as a companion, because he has probably some of the strongest battle arts in the game. Alright, so I defeated Cao Cao. We've got the challenge completed. Now all we need to do now is complete the rest of the stage without losing anyone, which there is a possibility for, because there are a lot of enemies left. But as long as you play it smart and swift, you should be fine. Now once you reach this section, you should be fine to take your time with the encroaching enemy, because Liu Bei should be in a position where he's not really getting attacked. So as long as you keep the enemy on the opposite side of the river, you should be fine here, taking your time, using your meat buns where you need to, and taking down the multitude of officers that are encroaching upon you. And then once you're done, if you need to, grab some meat buns and get ready for the last section. Now during this part, when Zhang Liao and Xiahou Dun arrive at some point, maybe you guys killed the other people fast enough to rendezvous with Liu Bei and walk with him. If you go with Liu Bei, Xiahou Dun and Zhang Liao will catch up to you and hit you from behind. So either way, you will have to deal with these characters. I just decided to deal with them on the same spot as I fought the other people, which meant Liu Bei eventually started leaving and going to the last section, which can get a little dangerous because of the fire arrows. Once you've cleared out Zhang Liao and Xiahou Dun, and once you make it to the last spot, you're gonna want to jump over to the other side where the archers are and kill that main guy. If you have the encouragement tactic, I would use that on him, as it makes him extremely weak because he's an NPC general. He has a bit of a morale boost, which makes him much harder to kill. But if you bring down his morale, bring him to that weaker mode, and then spam him with a heavy battle art, you should be able to kill him extremely quickly, which will save Liu Bei and your allies. And then once he's done, you just get rid of the last 2 or 3 generals that are fighting with your forces, and you would have completed Runan successfully. Definitely a hard battle. Chapter 5 has some hard battles, and it's not just the challenges that make it a little difficult, it's the whole map itself, because the officers get stronger and your allies, I think, get weaker. I'm not sure. They just seem to die a lot faster. And because you had to keep everyone alive in this one, it was a little bit more difficult than your normal kind of stage. Hopefully it was helpful. If it was, definitely appreciate a like, comment, or subscribe. Let me know if you guys are struggling with it, anything down below. And that's all I have for the video, guys. If you guys have anything for me down below, let me know. Anything that I haven't done yet, any questions or anything, just let me know down below and I will get to them. Anyway, I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.